through tough pain. Advil, that's real strength.
Now, from Nebraska's trusted news source, this is Channel 8 News at 6.
Coming up tonight, dinosaur discovery. A UNL researcher identifying a new species of a feathered dinosaur, what he believes it looked like all those years ago. Also tonight, nearing freedom. It's day 39 of the quarantining passengers' 42-day stay at UNMC. How many passengers are out of the original 18, how many are still there? And prices piling up. The NU Board of Regents deciding to raise tuition for Nebraska college students. How much more money are we talking about that they expect students to pay? Right now, the Nebraska Board of Regents making families, yes, open their wallets just a little bit wider to go to college. This coming as the cost of college across the U.S. is rising to record highs. Education Data Initiative releasing this chart going up to the year 2023 of average tuition costs at public colleges. It's up almost $10,000 a year for in-state students and $28,000 for out-of-state. And here's a graph we put together based on data from the College Board. So since 2023, the average tuition going up another $5,000 in-state and more than $2,000 for out-of-state. The NU Board of Regents decision will only raise these numbers higher. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Rod Fowler. 6 of the 8 regents voting to pass the upcoming budget, but many with hesitation and concerns. The plan includes a tuition hike and more than $8 million in cuts across the NU campuses. Channel 8's Danielle Da Silva was in the room when it passed. Danielle, let's kick it off. How much did tuition go up?
Well, Rod, it basically rose by 4%. And although, like you said, it got passed, it was not unanimous. There were 2 regents who said they could not support the decision to have this tuition hike, and many that did vote yes brought up some concerns of their own. So here's a look at some of that dialogue.
Like many universities across the country, we continue to face challenges related to rising costs, declining state support, and ongoing federal pressures.
NU President Dr. Gold starting the discussion by saying affordability and accessibility are top priorities. However, a tuition increase and $8 million in reductions are necessary.
And this modest inflationary increase, which averages to be 4.25% over the prior year, will ensure Nebraska's online and in-person tuition rates remain extremely low when compared to peers and other institutions across the country.
The majority agreeing, but offering up food for thought.
The 4.25% might be modest, but if you're struggling, zero's difficult, let alone 4.5%. And I think we need to be mindful of that. I don't have another solution for us. We didn't start inflation. We just have to work with inflation.
Undergraduate students are going from $291 a credit to $303, a $12 increase. Students from out of state are looking at a $40 increase.
And I'm afraid we are pricing students out of their opportunity to get an education. And that's not what I came here to do. And I won't be supporting this raise in tuition.
Overall, all at the table wanting the best for the school's future and holding on to hope.
I want to say to the students and the faculty, I really wish we had more resources, and I'm doing my darndest to come up with ideas for that, and I know my colleagues are as well.
Today's meeting also producing an approval for major renovations to Selleck Hall at UNL. That is the freshman housing and dining hall, rather, and it's said to be completed by 2032. The hope is that these upgrades will continue to bring in students to campus and increase enrollment. Reporting live from Varner Hall, Danielle Da Silva, Channel 8 News.
All right, thank you so much, Danielle. Let's get a look at your first forecast on this Thursday night. Here's a live look from our network of cameras. Did you get a chance to enjoy today's weather? Hey, you still have time, of course. We had sunshine, couldn't complain about the wind, and the temperature was really comfortable. In fact, Rusty said earlier he wished today was Saturday. Don't we all, my friend? Don't we all?
Yes, or Sunday, or Friday. It's Thursday. It's hard to really enjoy the weather when it's Thursday and you still have a day or two to get towards the weekend. But things are going to change as we get towards the weekend. More on that in a second. Here's what it looks like outside today. For your highs, upper 70s and lower 80s. That'll do. 81 for high in Lincoln and Beatrice, 79 in Grand Island, 80 in Holdridge. That's a nice day. A few poofy cumulus clouds. That's about it. Temperature-wise, we'll eventually drop into the 60s by 11 p.m. Sunset tonight at 9:01. A mixture of clouds and sun on our Honda of Lincoln Cam at 27th and Yankee Hill Road, and a little bit of a breeze blowing that flag around. It looks like we just made that. That is just so cool. 81 degrees with barely any wind out there, but just enough to make the flag fly. Partly cloudy skies right now, no precipitation. That will change though. Temperatures in the upper 70s and lower 80s, about as warm as it's been all day. And those dew points in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Very low humidity. Not much of a wind either. It's out of the north at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Heading through the overnight into early tomorrow morning, we'll see temperatures drop into the upper 50s. And then we warm up and have a good chance for rain over the next couple of days. More on that in the full forecast.
All right, thank you, Rusty. Breaking now, we're working to discover if new claims about the Nebraskan tied to the UFC terror plot are true. The Department of Homeland Security releasing this statement today claiming Abraham Alvarez is in the country illegally. We're seeing this claim really echoed throughout national leadership as well. Well, Channel 8 is working with ABC News, which cannot say definitively, but if he's still under DACA, he appears to be here legally. According to our partners at ABC, DACA recipients are temporarily in the country legally if that status has not expired or been revoked. Channel 8's Jake Homan speaking with the governor about how he views this situation. Jake?
Rod, Governor Jim Pillen telling me today he believes this is another example of criminal activity with illegal immigrants, and he believes also it's critical that Nebraskans recognize this. Now, according to the U.S. Department of Homeland Security, the suspected ringleader of that failed terrorist plot against UFC Freedom 250, Abraham Alvarez, is an illegal immigrant who they say overstayed a B-2 visitor visa. Authorities also say it expired in December of 2001, but then the Obama administration granted him DACA back in 2014. So here's where things get interesting, Rod. You were already talking about it, but we've been in contact with ABC News throughout the day. They cannot say definitively, but if he is still under DACA, he appears to be here legally. According to our partners though at ABC, DACA recipients are temporarily in the country legally if that status has not expired or been revoked for any reason. Now, Channel 8 got a chance to talk with Nebraska Governor Jim Pillen today about this, who says Alvarez is, quote, another man that needs to be off the streets, and credits the work they have done with the McCook ICE facility to prevent moments exactly like this.
It's another perfect example of a really bad guy that is setting housekeeping up in Nebraska. We have to get him off the streets. We have him off the streets. He's not going to see the light of day, but there's more of him around. And so it's really important that everybody understands that.
Pelham also went on to thank the local and federal law enforcement for the work they do in keeping Nebraskans and Americans safe. He also says that he knew of this about 3 to 4 days in advance. Coming up tonight at 10 o'clock, we'll also see Senator Pete Ricketts' comments on the news. For now, reporting here in studio, Jake Holman, Channel 8 News.
Thank you, Jake. From inside looks at lawmaker discussions to getting you updates as soon as we learn them, the Now Local News app is really the best tool for you to have when you want to be informed as soon as possible. Scan the QR code on your screen to download the Now Local News app for free. It'll be the best way for you to be in the know about Abraham Alvarez and the disturbing details of this terror plot. Stay with us. We have more heading your way after the break, including 72 hours. That's how much longer hantavirus exposed passengers have to stay in Omaha in quarantine. What some of them are doing to prepare to leave. We're back in 1 minute. Two more hantavirus-exposed passengers are leaving UNMC to quarantine in their home states. UNMC releasing this information to us today. There are now just 6 remaining in quarantine at UNMC. We're on day 39 of the 42-day quarantine period. These 2 passengers, just like the 10 others leaving before them, will be monitored by their local authorities to ensure they complete the final days of quarantine in their homes. As for the passengers remaining at UNMC, they're just 3 days away from freedom. One of those passengers, we've heard from him before, Jake Rossmarin, is getting another taste of Nebraska before he's able to hit the road.
Today, the breakfast is from Casey's, and yes, I get to try Casey's breakfast pizza this morning. Is the base of this literally queso? This is so good. What?
I've so enjoyed his videos. Good for him. Not too many tastes of Nebraska really left for Rossmarin now. He's getting packed up and ready to leave the quarantine unit in just a few days. We'll keep you updated as they get closer to departure.
After a couple of very nice days around here, things are going to change. We've got a good chance for some strong to severe storms over the next couple of days and heavy rain potential. That forecast when we come back.
Ashley Paust, who began as a UNL undergrad, is now identifying a new species of dinosaur. She's now a curator and researcher of the University of Nebraska State Museum. Paust was able to take this fossil of a newly identified species of feathered dinosaur and turn it into a hypothesis of what that dinosaur would have looked like hundreds of millions of years ago. Here it is, a cousin of the Velociraptor, based on the fossil. Paust predicts it would have had feathers, sharp claws, and sharp teeth. At 4 foot tall with a 4-foot wingspan, he says it would not have been able to fly, but it would have been able to leap from trees and glide on top of its prey. He says after years of studying the fossil, he's glad he could finally come to the conclusion that it was indeed from a new species.
Now, your Storm Alert Team forecast with Chief Meteorologist Rusty Dawkins.
So scariest dinosaur ever. That's basically what that story was about. Mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. These clouds are going to thin out as we head through the next several hours. It's really nice out there. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, because things are going to get a little weird on us over the next couple of days. So hopefully you can get out and enjoy. If you need anything done outside, garden work or mowing the yard or anything, today and a little bit of tomorrow, because things are going to get a little iffy as we head towards the weekend. Now, drought monitor, good news, bad news, some improvements, some not. This was last week. There's your improvements right there, but we did not see any improvement. In fact, the exceptional drought expanded a little bit across parts of the panhandle. So we need rain. Now, unfortunately, there's a lot of it in the forecast, and I say unfortunately because it may be too much too fast. We'll get there. First, what's going on right now? 70s and 80s. Like I said, really nice out there. We've got upper 70s and lower 80s. Dew points around 50. Very comfortable. Very little wind out of the north at 5 to 10 or 15 miles per hour. Top 10 day maybe. Top 8 day. Partly cloudy skies for most of us. No precipitation out there yet. Things will start to change. Now, this was a little sneaky. There was a chance of just a shower or two Friday afternoon. Now it looks like it might expand a little bit. It starts about 8 or 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. Notice little blips showing up. That expands, and some of this could get a little on the strong side, maybe even severe by late Friday morning into Friday early afternoon. We're talking maybe some 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, some small hail. This quickly moves off to the south and east. But because of that, all of a sudden, we have ourselves a level 1 marginal risk from Columbus over to North Platte, McCook, Grand Island, Tri-Cities, right in the middle of this, Lincoln, right on the edge. That's part 1. Part 2 is this. This is Saturday. I'm going to just make sure you watch this area between Grand Island, Concordia, Beatrice, and Lincoln and Columbus. This area right here. There's one wave of storms. And here comes another pocket of storms, and any of this could be strong to severe at any time. And notice, it's not just once, it's over and over again. Here comes, I think, the main threat. This is Saturday from about sunset on. Grand Island, Concordia, Beatrice, Lincoln, and Columbus. Heavy rain there. That blows through, sticks around through about midnight, so that's quite a while. Wraps around towards North Platte and McCook, comes back at us again, a little further south this time, some storms off to the north and east, and then comes to an end as we head through the first half of the day on Sunday. So all of those storms have a chance at being strong to severe, a level 2 risk, and we may see somewhere between Interstate 80 and along the Kansas-Nebraska border an enhanced risk. That would be your level 3. We'll see you on the next update, but for now, just about the entire state, either level 1 or level 2. Rainfall potential, that area I was pointing out right there, heavy rain. So because of that, Storm Prediction Center has an excessive rainfall potential, flash flooding going to be possible. Most of this area, 2 to 4 inches of rain likely. Some spots, now not everybody, but some may see 4 to 6 inches of rain before it's all said and done late Saturday into early Sunday. Then this yellow area would be 1 to 2 inches of rain and an inch or less in the low area. So that's a lot of rain. So we'll keep a very close eye on that. Like I said, if you need to do anything outside, mow the lawn, do some garden work, whatever it is, get your gutters fixed, time's running out. Temperatures around 60 for lows tonight and highs tomorrow right around 80. Storm chances all the way through the weekend, even including Father's Day. And then we dry out for a couple of days, see a couple of more chances for storms Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday of next week.
Thank you, Rusty. New tonight, Governor Jim Pilling creating a day of prayer for agriculture here in Nebraska. In fact, today is that day. He's inviting people to gather in prayer for the farmers and ranchers here in Nebraska. He says they've been dealing with so much recently, from dry conditions to wildfires, flooding. He says while driving through parts of western Nebraska recently, he didn't see a single blade of grass growing. Regardless of the tough times, the governor says we can't lose faith. And coming up next, we head into the Sports Zone. Nate, Nebraska Athletics announces 2026 Nebraska Hall of Fame class, and there are some big names on there.
Yeah, there sure are, Rod. We're going to touch on that here coming up after the break. The latest on Nebraska's Hall of Fame class, that and more coming up next.
Now, from the Channel 8 Sports Zone, sponsored by Green's Furnace and Plumbing, here's Channel 8 News Sports with Sports Director Nate Johnson. The Channel 8 News Sports Zone.
Well, hey, what's going on? Thanks so much for tuning into the Sports Zone. Great to have you here. We start with Nebraska Athletics, who today released its 2026 Hall of Fame class. That includes 6 former student athletes and 1 pretty legendary head coach. The class includes Nebraska baseball's Matt Hopper, Husker bowler Cassandra Leuthold, Nebraska football star Dean Steinkooler, Taylor Edwards from the Husker softball team, Nebraska volleyball's Amber Holmquist, track and field star Ineta Ravika, and former Nebraska volleyball head coach John Cook. Led Nebraska volleyball from 2000 to 2024 and helped guide the Huskers to 4 national championships, 14 conference titles, 12 NCAA semifinals appearances, 8 trips to the NCAA final. A great group in this class. The Husker women's basketball team released next season's non-conference schedule today, featuring teams from the SEC, ACC, Big 12, and Big East, with some neutral location and road games on there, all making for what should be a fairly challenging non-conference schedule. Let's talk about the big ones first, though, and maybe the biggest game on there, the game against Texas A&M on December 12th. For obvious reasons, a lot of history between these two programs. It will be the Aggies' first time in Lincoln since 2010. Now, this schedule also features games against Creighton, as well as a neutral site game against Kansas at the Sanford Pentagon. The game with Creighton will be in Omaha this year, and then their final non-con game, a road test at the Chase Center against California. A lot of good competition on here, along with some sleeper opponents like Western Illinois, who finished 26-6 last season, won the Ohio Valley Conference Tournament, and made the NCAA tournament. Nebraska Wrestling releasing their Big Ten home and away opponents for next season. Coming to Lincoln next year will be Illinois, Indiana, Minnesota, and Rutgers. The Huskers will hit the road to Iowa, Maryland, Ohio State, and Purdue next season. Some tough road duels there. Love Nebraska Volleyball has a new man at the helm for the upcoming 2026-2027 season. All right, bear with me here. Giannis Anthopoulos will join Love Nebraska Volleyball as the head coach for the 2026-2027 season. He's going to replace Susie Fritz, of course. He's been a head coach for the Czechia national team since 2019. Love Nebraska president and business operations, Kristen Bernthal Booth, said in part of a statement, Nebraska is the most passionate volleyball state in the country, and our fans and athletes will be getting a coach to match this high standard. We can't wait to welcome him to the state of volleyball. And Coach, welcome to the good life. Finally, the U.S. men's soccer team will be back in action in the FIFA World Cup tomorrow. Team USA takes to the pitch at 2 a.m. at Lumen Field in Seattle, Washington. Will be on the hunt for their second win of this group stage in Group D, and a victory tomorrow would secure them a spot in the knockout rounds. Australia is no joke, though, winning their first game 2-0 over Turkey. You can watch the action on Fox at 2 p.m. Central tomorrow. And that will do it for sports tonight. Rod will go ahead and send things back over to you.
All right, thank you so much, Nate. And let's get a final check of your weather with Rusty. If you have any plans, do some outdoors tonight. Tonight's the night to do it, right?
Yeah, really no weather concerns tonight. Very comfortable. We have all kinds of low humidity and nice temperatures and sunshine out there right now. Very little wind. A great night to be out and about. Lots going on this 10-day forecast, though. We have a chance for storms tomorrow, late afternoon into the evening hours, and then storms likely on Saturday into Sunday. And I'm just going to kind of go through all of this for you real quick. This is for Saturday into Sunday. We have a level 2 slight risk for just about the entire state, and we may also see a lot of rain. So because of that rainfall potential, we have an excessive rainfall outlook, which I haven't seen in a very long time in and around the Lincoln and Nebraska area. So seeing this, heads up, we're probably going to see a lot of rain over the weekend.
All right, appreciate it, Rusty, and thank you for joining us. Have a great night. Enjoy the weather. We'll see you back here at 10.
Come see us at our new South